Hey guys! So today in math, we're going to continue analyzing bar graphs. And just like yesterday, that just means that we're going to be reading bar graphs and being able to look at them and answer some questions about them. So let's get started. So this one says, the graph below shows the number of people who lived in a small town in different years. So the title is People Living in Small Town. Over to the side we have number of people, so this tells us how many people. And at the bottom it has years as well, but those years tell us, okay, in 1940 there were this many people. In 1960 there were this many people. So those are the years, and this is how many people were there that year. So if the number of people in the town continued to increase in the same way, how many people will live in the town in the year 2020? Whoa. So you'll notice up here on the chart, 2020 is blank. That didn't mean no one lives there. They want us to figure out how many people there were based on this pattern here. So my first thing that I would think to do would be to look at it and figure out what is the pattern. So it says if they continue to increase in the same way. So it must be increasing the same amount each time, or there must be some sort of pattern. So let's look. In 1940, it's halfway between 0 and 40, which tells me that this is at 20. In 1960, it's at 40. Okay, well I know that 20 plus 20 is 40, so it goes up 20. Let's look at this one. In 1980, there were 80 people. Well, 40 plus 20, if we try to do my same pattern, 20 plus 20 was 40. But is 40, if I add another 20 to that, that only gets me to 60. So that's not the same pattern so far. Let's see what the pattern goes to next. In the year 2000, there were 160 people there. So, let's see what this pattern is. 20 plus 20 does equal 40, but if I add another 20 to 40, it only gives me 60. But what I notice, this is the kind of patterns I want to think of, is that 20 times 2 is 40. 40 times 2, or 40 plus 40, is 80. See, 40 plus 40 is 80. So that gives us this 80. Let's see if this pattern continues. If we add 80 times 2, or if we do 80 times 2, or add 80 plus 80, let's see if it gives us this 160 to see if that's the pattern. Well, 0 plus 0, that equals 0. And 8 plus 8 equals 16. 160, 160. So it seems like my pattern, it starts with 20 and then it multiplies times 2 every time. So 20 times 2 is 40, 40 times 2 is 80, 80 times 2 is 160. So in order to figure out how many people lived there in the year 2020, I think I'm going to have to take 160 and either multiply it times 2 or do 160 plus 160 to figure it out. So let's do 160 plus 160. Well, 0 plus 0 is 0. If we do this in our decomposition mode, 6 plus 6, which is really 60 plus 60, is 120. And 100 plus 100 equals 200. We add these up, that equals 0, and I should be adding here. 2 plus 0 is 2, 1 plus 3, or 1 plus 2 equals 3. So I got 320. Let's see if that answer choice is over here. Nope, it is. A is 320. And 320 would come all the way up to here on my bar graph. So that took quite a few steps, but hopefully it made sense. We were finding the pattern that was used because it said if it continues to increase or get bigger in the same way, it tells me that there was a pattern here that I needed to look for in order to figure out this last one. Let's look at this one. This one is probably going to be a little easier. So it says Mark picked colored tiles out of a bag. He picked 3 reds, 5 blues, and 6 yellows. Which bar graph shows Mark's results? So it seems like it's giving me the data and the information that we need, and they've already made bar graphs for me. I just have to figure out which one matches this information that's in my word problem. So all of them say that they are colored tiles. All of them have that it's times picked. Tells me how many times he picked those tiles. All of them say that. And all of them have the colors on the bottom. So I know what I need to pay attention to is my bars. See if my bars match these numbers. Well, let's look at number 1, or letter A, excuse me. It says he picked 3 reds. Let's see if 3 reds matches what is on this bar graph. Red is right here, so I'm going to say, yep, that's 3 because it's between 2 and 4, so that is 3, so that one's good. Let's look at our blues. We'll find blue on our chart. I should have 5 blues, so I'm going to see if it says 5. Between 4 and 6, that would be 5, so that one is correct. And 6 yellows. Here are yellows. We go up. It is 6. So we actually got really lucky this time that A was actually the correct answer because everything that was in our word problem matched to this graph. For instance, if we look at B has the bars are very different than A. So if we look back at our problem, 3 reds, well, B says that it has 5 reds, and that doesn't match what it says in my word problem, so I know that this one cannot be it. And if we look at C, there again, I need 3 reds. Well, in answer choice C, red, it says there are 6 of them. So I know that cannot be the answer either. So that just kind of confirms that the correct answer is A. So there again, guys, I'm just looking for which one matches my word problem. Let's look at this one. Sammy tossed a coin. He made this graph to show the results. So he was tossing a coin, so they called it coin toss. Here's the amount of times that he flipped it. That was a lot of times. And this tells what side it landed on. So he flipped a coin, and if it landed on heads, he counted it for heads. If it landed on tails, he counted it for tails side. So it looks like heads, he landed on heads 60 times, and he landed on tails 35 times. Let's look at our question. How many more times did heads come up than tails? So we know he landed on heads more, but how many more times did he land on heads? When it says how many more, usually that's a sign that we need to subtract. So how many more times did he land on heads than he did on tails? So we're going to take the amount of time he landed on heads, which was 60, and we're going to take away the time that he landed on tails to figure out how many more times he landed on heads. So let's subtract those out. I started my ones, 0 minus 5. I can't do that, so I'm going to fair trade. I'm going to take one from this neighbor, and I'm going to leave them with 5. And I'm going to bring that one that I borrowed over here and make this a 10 instead of a 0, which now I can do 10 minus 5, and I know that equals 5. And I can now do my tens place, which is 5 minus 3, which equals 2. So I got 25. Let's see if that matches our answer choices. Nope. 25. I see 25, 35, 60, and 95. Well, I got 25, so that means A would be my answer. So how many more times did heads come up than tails? Heads, he landed on heads 25 more times than he landed on tails. The 5th grade had a reading contest in February. Each class recorded the total number of pages that the students read. Okay, so our title is Reading Record for February. Over here, they measured it by telling us how many pages were read in the thousands. And then down here, it has classes. So these are all the different teachers' classrooms and how many pages each class read. Okay, so our question says, which class read 1,000 pages less than Mr. Sorrell's class? So which class, tells us our answer choice is going to be a class name, read 1,000 pages less than Mr. Sorrell's class? Well, before we can even solve it, we need to figure out how much Mr. Sorrell's class read. So let's look for that on our chart. I see Mr. Sorrell's right here. So let's see how many he read. His went all the way up to this line, and that is equal to, that is equal to between 3,000 and 4,000. So that would really be 3.5. So 3,500. So they really read, Mr. Sorrell's class read 3,500 classes. But it didn't ask us how much he read. It asked us which one of the other classes read 1,000 pages less than Mr. Sorrell? 1,000 pages less, meaning we should be looking for the teacher that has less pages read than he does and 1,000 less. So they should have a smaller amount by 1,000. Well, I know that if I take the 3,500 and I take away 1,000, and then I can match that to what teacher has that number. So let's take away 1,000. Let's subtract that out to figure out what it should be, what the teacher should have. 0 minus 0 is 0. We have 0. 5 minus 0 gives us still 5. 3 minus 1 is 2. So we should be looking for the class that has 2,500 pages read. Let's see if we can find one. Here's 1,000. Here's 2,000. So 2,500 should be between 2,000 and 3,000. That's not Mr. Harmon. Oh, Miss Bewley's class looks like it falls under 2,500. So let's see if we find Miss Bewley's class in our answer choices. That would be choice B. So we just paid very close attention to what the problem said and what it was asking us for. We noticed it said less than Mr. Sorrell's class, so we compared Mr. Sorrell's class to the other classes based on how many they read. Alright guys, so this is another one that wants us to see which graph matches. It says the graph shows the number of pages 4 students read for homework last week. So title is pages read. This tells us how many pages they read, and these are the different people in the class. So like Adam, looks like he read about maybe 13. Billy read maybe 21. You'll notice it's just above the 20 line, and our increments are in 5s. So it's just above the 20 line, so I'm going to say probably 21. Chris read maybe, exactly 30. And David read maybe, it's not quite as low as this 21, so maybe be 22. So let's see if we can find the one that matches that. Chart A says Adam read 13 books. Let's see if that seems right. Adam, I know it's between 10 and 15. I think that might work for now. Let's see if that matches. Billy says this chart says he read 21. Let's see if it matches. Billy, yep, that is the one that we said we think is 21 because it's just above the 20. So it looks like that matches. Chris, 30. Chris, 30, so that matches. And David, 22. David, yep, his was just a little bit more than the 21, so we said that one was 22. Well, guys, we got lucky again. It looks like A is the right answer, but let's look why the other ones wouldn't be the right answer. Let's look at B, for instance. If we look at B, it says Adam read 15 pages. Let's see what that says. Adam, his line doesn't go all the way up to the 15, so I know that can't be the choice because Adam doesn't have 15 yet. C, it says Adam has 20. Well, if Adam didn't have 15, he surely didn't get all the way up here to 20, so C can't be the answer either. D, Adam, 10. Well, Adam, he read more than 10. He read about 13 pages, so I know that one's not right either, which just helps us confirm that A is our correct answer. Alright guys, we're going to do this one together too. So using the graph, how many more students like playing outside instead of hiking? Okay, so student hobbies, here's how many students like them, and here's all the different hobbies: reading, craft, hiking, and playing outside. And our question says, how many more students like playing outside instead of hiking? So here's playing outside, and here's hiking. Playing outside, there's more people that liked it. There were 15 people that liked playing outside, but there were only 6 people that liked hiking. So it says how many more students liked playing outside. Well, guys, just like before, how many more tells us we need to subtract. So 15 minus 6, we'd bring this one over so we could fair trade. 15 minus 6, there again, if it's just 15 minus 6, would be 9. So our answer choice should be 9. Alright guys, what you're going to do today is you are going to work on answering some questions about bar graphs. You will see them on your Canvas page under today's math assignment. Make sure you read them very carefully and read your questions carefully. Good luck, guys.